that. Hello, everybody. Hopefully we can finish this fucking thing.
I lost my gun and I am sad. Now I don't have an easy way out.
Okay, really wasn't hoping to go that dark of a path at all, but whatever.
Speaking of... Wait,
Dude,
no.
talk about dark. There's this Apple, children's show character who's killing kids. That's really fucking dark, man. Come on.
Hey, man, I've been playing this game called The Citadel, and I thought it was a cute waifu shoot-'em-up game, but no. It's filled with gore and sadness. It's all I've been playing recently, and it's just like, oh god, I just tore somebody in half, and their guts are spilling everywhere, and they're crying. Oh no.
That's that Guro thing you were talking about before, isn't it?
Yes, I thought it'd be a cool shooting game, but nope, it's just filled with gore, sadness, and at one point a flamethrower, which, the screams of those people dying still haunt me.
Oh, jeez.
Well!
I thought it was a cute, anime... I thought I was gonna have a cute anime Doom game, but it's more Doom than anime.
More for a cute romance. I was hoping for a cute romance story, but somehow I ended up with pupa.
Hey, I
don't know how I went this horribly wrong.
I kind of got dropped in this world, and they said, "Hey, I need you to slay everyone." And I thought, "Okay, that's fine." But then I realized, "Oh no,
you're actually slaying them."
Oh no, they're actually dead.
I think I've told you about pupa before, Zane, because that's that incestuous cannibalism one.
Yeah, I think you have.
Yeah. Anyway. Well.
I'm just trying to distract us from having to do this at this point. Just go.
Yeah. Moving on from far more happy topics, like incestuous cannibalism. We're continuing Happy. I'm hoping we can finish this. If we don't, then I will be burying Tom's body at the nearest river. Anyway.
No.
November 3rd, 2011.
Send me out
Welcome
to C4. I want to go out with a bang.
I'm not giving you that satisfaction.
Okay, then I guess we'll have to come back then.
Don't worry, I'll
see, that's why I'm nailing you into the coffin.
You think that'll stop me?
I've been around the block long enough to know how this shit works, Tom. Welcome to the second part of the Happy episode watching posts.
Oh no.
We're only halfway through. Ha ha ha.
Death is all that awaits us.
Alright, sorry. I didn't know that was short. Okay, in rows of
It's literally a fucking sentence.
Yep, I did. I was expecting a paragraph, and so I'm on another page, so I'm having to open it back up. So, in rows of blood and bones, really? We see Happy painting a picture with red paint. The picture is of a rose in a playground. It was innocent enough until we see Happy run out of red paint. He says, "Damn it! Oh, whoops! Hey kids, let's go find some red paint and white sticks." We see Happy go out of his van and lure in two kids. We see him mutilate them off screen. How do you see? Okay. It cuts to Happy painting.
What do your elf eyes see?
Starts screaming and talking backwards incoherently. That's what you get for asking Legolas to make a perception check in Innistrad. It cuts to Happy painting the same picture, but now we see him with more red paint and white sticks as the stalk of the rose. After a minute, he finishes the painting. He shows the end result and says, "My masterpiece is complete. I call it the Rose of Blood and Bones. Hey, kids, you too can make a painting using body parts and blood. If you make one, send it in to me, and I will give you a prize." The video ends before the address was shown. Okay, so we're just going from, okay,
wait, maybe... so I could have been getting a prize for my artwork this entire time?
Nah. It's Happy. Do you really think he would actually give you a prize?
Maybe. Look, I just want to be recognized.
Apple.
I just want to be appreciated for my work.
That'll never happen while you're alive.
Yeah, been a few hundred years. Been a few hundred years. Done that before too.
No, that didn't
God
work
damn
either.
it. I was about to make a joke that you're going to be Thomas Edison, but I'm like, wait, no. I don't think that's the right person.
I do not steal other people's shit.
That wasn't even what I was going for. I think I was trying to think of like Beethoven or something, but it came out as that Thomas Edison.
I need to make myself go deaf?
Yes, you must.
Sure. I mean, how deaf are we going though? Because you needed at least some hearing.
I mean,
Do you have,
typically
like,
when
that
deaf
weird,
people
like-
enjoy music, it's more the vibrations of it, like reverberating through their body itself.
I always thought there's like that picture of that dude where he held like that like end of a record player up to his ear to hear, like he still had some hearing.
That was not Beethoven.
Who the fuck am I thinking about then?
I'm pretty sure Beethoven outdates the record player.
Well, yes, I know that. It wasn't an actual record player, but the piece looked like a record player, but it was like put up to your ear to like help you hear.
Talking about those megaphone things?
Ear horns, I think, is what they're called.
I guess? Ear horn? Probably.
Anyway, are you
Hold
gonna
on.
read your line?
Nope, now I need to figure out what this is. So hold on. My hello, please stop. Compute. Here we go.
I mean, there are those old pictures of him using an ear horn, but it's a whole thing of he wasn't always deaf. He just started losing his hearing until he went deaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks grumpy.
Yeah, that pic.
He looks angry.
Don't talk to me, I'm angry.
I'm pretty sure every picture of Beethoven looks angry, really.
Well, I mean, have you heard his Fifth Symphony? It's kind of an angry piece of music.
I mean,
It
like,
can't. Go.
well, just read your line.
You were gonna say something though. Go ahead.
Well, it also involved me putting a picture, one of those, like, more common paintings of him into the chat.
Okay.
Like, he just always looks angry.
He too had
Excuse
a case of resting bitch face.
Excuse me, I am trying to read. All right. In Can of the Hill, Can of Kill, not Can of the Hill. This is not a King of the Hill crossover. We see
Bobby?
Happy Bobby.
That
You see
apple ain't right, I tell you what.
Dang it, Bobby. That apple ain't right. Why are you watching this crap?
We see Happy cleaning out some large tin cans and working on mechanics in his van. He's working on the mechanics that.
What? Wait a
Funny
minute,
joke.
what?
After a few minutes, Happy notices the camera and says, "Hey kids, I'm working on my can contraption," and goes back to working on the can. It cuts to a tin can in the middle of the playground that has the note "Open me" on it. Happy comes for the left. It says, "Whenever someone opens the can of kill, a spray bottle pops out and sprays the kid with poison. This is my best invention ever, and it should get me a Nobel Prize."
I mean, if memory serves, the guy who invented dynamite won a Nobel Prize.
Well, that wasn't originally used, It wasn't built with the intention of being used as a dangerous weapon.
Actually helped mining become quite a bit safer.
Yeah.
That
then
says
everyone
something
else
because it was
is-
still fucking dangerous.
And the people are just
Gonna
like,
be a lot.
Boomstick makes people go boom.
It's gonna be a lot safer for these children to go down into this mine.
They won't have to go into the mine if they're dead. That's what the Open Me can is for.
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
mostly for peace. What? Yeah, you're not winning the Nobel Peace
You see,
Prize
this
for
was
piece.
child Hitler.
Well, he is talking his mouth off, so we see a kid named Quincy open the can, get hit with some sort of poisonous gas, and get knocked out. Happy notices Quincy's body and says, "Hey, it works! You two can make a can of kill." All you need to do is send $5 to this address and you can wipe out anyone that hates you. And an address was listed before the credits played. Happy drags Quincy's body into the van. Alright, before we go any further, I just like
What
to
was
say
the address, OP?
this looks more like somebody aggressively trying to get you to buy things from his like really edgy website.
Yeah.
Like
It's
please,
like he's
please.
trying to sell, like, a companion piece for the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yeah, stuff like that.
The Anarchist Cookbook. I kind of want to buy that just because.
I thought that was just like an actual internet thing. I don't think that's an actual thing you can buy, but it's something that's actually
No, it
you'll
is an
find
actual
online.
thing.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah. I played Jar of Hate. Appy is sitting in his van when he says, "Hello, kids, do you want to see my jar of hate?" A kid walks up to him and says, "Appy, hate is a strong word." In response, Appy says, "Shoo, Jacob," and pushes him away. Appy proceeds to... You okay there, Tom?
This is stupid.
Yes. Appy proceeds to write Jacob's name on a blank piece of paper and places it in a jar of names. Appy says, "My jar of hate has the names of people I will kill. Let's see who's going to be the lucky ones." He empties the jar and picks out 3 names. Appy says, "The people are named Jacob, Miranda, and Danny." He sneaks behind Jacob with the cleaver from Big Help, jumps behind him, and the credits roll, while you can hear Jacob being killed in the background and a forensic screaming "stand still." It's really inconsiderate of you to be squirming around while I'm trying to kill you.
I played Happy's Rising. It starts with Happy healing a kid using a bandage, but he says, "Hey kids, wanna come have fun with me and Benny?" Everyone, including Benny, comes running into Happy's van. However, to trick Happy, Benny leaves quickly and silently. It shows Happy with a hand grenade and says, "Wanna see a cool trick?" Of course, the children shout yes. Happy throws a smoke bomb, drops a grenade, and gets out of the van. We see a child scream as the van explodes into 1,000 pieces. The scene is very realistic with body parts everywhere. Okay. Happy
Reminds me of my 5th birthday.
Happy polishes a toe, puts it in a jar, and puts the jar in a mysterious brown bag, which has been in the background since the Blackberry episode for whatever reason. Benny runs over to Danny, who is playing with a girl. Benny says, "Happy tried to kill me." Danny says, "Well, at least you're safe with me here." And the episode ends. Okay.
So back to that game I played, the Citadel or whatever. That girl, it's pretty intense. Every time you kill someone, depending on where you shoot them, different body parts explode off. But they have physics. So you can just have these moments where like you're just kind of standing still in shock that you just blew somebody up with a pistol, and then just their head slightly shuffles towards you very slowly and awkwardly. And I just think for a moment, does this game have the mechanic where people crawl towards me, or is that head just, the equivalent of rolling
Glitching.
towards me? Yeah.
Is it just kind of like dodgy physics? It's just like...
Yes. Or sometimes like you'll have
like...
pieces that like just roll down the stairs, and I'm just like, oh, this looks really awkward. I don't think you planned this properly, because it's
just like the
doomed,
fucking...
everything's constantly facing you at all times.
Just imagining like it's the fucking like Skyrim physics.
Oh god, no, nothing that bad
like,
yet.
Person explodes and like the head's just like aggressively vibrating towards you.
It's more like a slow crawl, and I'm just like, oh god, please stop looking at me with your half blown up face while you're crying.
That's generally awkward, yes.
Yeah, and then, just, guts being spilled everywhere, and it still looks really creepy, and I hate it, but it doesn't have to look hyper realistic, is what I was trying to get at. It still makes something unsettling without making it be like, oh, it looks like real life. Oh.
I mean, yeah, there's a reason why.
Don't you just love that awkward pause because I'm technically really far away right now, so like we have some semblance of ping that like really fucks with us every time we try to speak.
Apparently. I was gonna say, yeah, there's a reason why like the like animators for for the Mortal Kombat games a lot of the time need therapy.
Spending too much time looking at gore all the time.
Yeah, like looking up like videos of like actual beheadings and shit like that for like the fatality animations and shit.
Oh fuck, they
It
probably have
kind
like
of
PTSD.
yeah, it kind of fucks with you. It's almost like we don't need realistic violence for the finishers of a Mortal Kombat game, since the whole point is that they're kind of cartoony and over the top.
I still think Mortal Kombat Armageddon was the best Mortal Kombat game, but that's just me.
Not sure
Isn't
what
that
that
the
has to do
one
with
where they
anything.
like?
It had a character creation thing, and it was a lot more cartoony than what we have nowadays.
Was that the one where they weren't doing the like 2D fighter? It was slightly 3D, like 2.5 or whatever. You could like slide back and forth.
29. Yeah, actually. It was you could kind of go back and forth, but like it was still a 2D fighter, but you could like circle around and stuff like that. But that was the first like apocalypse timeline after Liu Kang had died and everything, and just different things.
Yeah, no. I remember. I don't know why, but I went off on like a huge Mortal Kombat kick, just like looking up like character evolutions and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I just remember like they have two different fighting styles in that one, right?
Yeah, they've got a weapon and they've got their regular fighting style.
Anyways, yeah, I want to play that game. That's why that interested me. Sorry. I played Happy Kills Benny. It starts out with Benny playing at the playground, but he notices Happy and his new van, which was all black this time around, just
Edgy.
like my dad's. He says his parents that he wants to go home because someone is staring at him funny. His parents look at the area Happy was at, but he is not there. They said no one's there though, and Benny calms down. Benny sees Happy again, and Benny runs toward his parents. He says that Happy is stalking him, and his parents see Happy, but he's helping a kid. The parents say that Happy is just helping a kid. Wow, amazing.
Riveting.
Later, Benny finds a $20 bill. He picks it up, but Happy stabs him.
I uh not quite how I expected that to go.
Okay.
I was expecting like the lead on, you know? Like
Yeah,
how he's
like the
gonna drag him
dollar
around the.
bill was like yeah, like the dollar bill was like attached to a string, and so you do the whole thing of like you're just pulling it along, baiting a person to a place.
Wow,
Happy's
I
just standing like in the bushes, and he shanks the kid.
wow, my expectations were were subverted.
Can y'all
Suddenly
not
turned
ever let me
into a
do?
train.
Yeah, sorry. Being on my bed is like, my chest is compressed and I keep wanting to yawn. This sucks. A Happy drags the body into his van and it cuts to the credits with a brutal murder being played.
Over the credits?
I suppose
It's
so.
like too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks. I need to rewatch that video. Miranda Lives starts playing. Starts out the piano version of the song sung by three of the five original kindergartners. They were presumably in first or second grade when the episode premiered. The intro showed clips from Happy and the Oranges, Happy Kills Benny, Camp Ah, and two other episodes I hadn't seen. Wait, did it just do a montage?
Yep,
Yeah,
and
too
not the
many
fun kind
cooks.
either.
Too many cooks, too many cooks. Uh, it began with Miranda's body on the beach. We see another kid poke it with a stick.
Jeez.
But I mean, same. I see a body on the beach. That's my first instinct too.
Poke it with a stick. Ah!
I'm not gonna touch it.
Well, you gotta like poke at them to be like, all right, hey, are you just passed out drunk or do I need to actually call out the cops real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd touch it, but I'd make sure
You
I
have
wash
to
my
shake
hands
him
up.
awake somehow.
And
Yeah,
just-
but then I'd have to touch a person. Ew.
Yeah, and then you have to put your fingers over the crime scene if they're actually dead.
Also, there's that.
yeah, true enough.
I'm more just grossed out at the thought of touching a person. Let's see. But Miranda mysteriously awakens, screaming loudly. She says, Happy is going to pay for what he has done! And runs towards runs towards the playground. We see Happy Appy working on another portrait of a rose, with several more nearby. I'm just gonna say it, I think he's kind of fallen into a slump. His art's not as good as it used to be. Miranda throws open the van's sliding door and screams, "Happy, Happy, I'm going to kill you right now." And Happy says, "Fine, do it, kill me, just try. You'll end up feeling the wrath of Napoleon." The episode ends.
I summon my stando, Napoleon!
It's just freaking... It's just the French general just...
He punches one-handed because his other hand is in his shirt.
Miranda dies began. Miranda gets a knife and stabs Happy's arm, pinning him to the wall. Happy screams in pain, and Miranda says, "I finally have you in my grasp. Now I will do what I have wanted for so long." Happy smugly says, "What's that?" And Miranda says, "Kill you." Suddenly a shadowy figure looms over Miranda. It was none other than, guess who? Forensic. Oh.
Who?
Okay.
He called
Gas Mask Man.
No,
Edgy Gas Mask Man.
I like Zane's response. Just, who? He coldly says, "The only murder that will happen today is yours." Miranda screams and tries to stab Forensic, but he slams her down on the table, and Happy uses to cut up kids. At this point, it's quite clear that whoever worked on this episode used an obvious stunt double for Miranda, as her skin and hair were darker. Forensic brings out the scimitar knife and begins cutting her open. She screams in horror, and as soon as she screams, he's irritated. To stop her screaming, Forensic gets a random piece of wood on the floor and shoves it into her mouth, silencing her.
Who the fuck filmed this?
Who puts in their really crappy creepypasta that there's a stunt double on the table? Did Miranda instant transmission away? Is she like in on the gig? Is like what is the point? This you totally just took the wind out of the sails of the scene. It's like that's.
I think she's also been hit by a car too.
Miranda just every time Miranda's in danger, she just like replaces herself with a similar looking kid from somewhere in the world.
My epithet is Crash Dummy.
It allows me to take huge amounts of damage.
And if it would knock me unconscious, a Crash Dummy takes my place.
I end up somewhere nearby. I have no control over where.
If I roll a nat 1 instead of an actual crash test dummy, it's another person.
Sometimes it works out well and it's the person who was trying to harm me. Other times not so much.
That's always a confusing scene, though. Have you ever tried punching yourself?
You ever successfully punched yourself?
Well,
Yes.
with my epithet, you can.
I'm just imagining like they're trying to shoot. I mean, they're trying to stab. Like, just swing with the knife, all of a sudden, like, switch. Wait, what? Why is my knife in me?
Oh, where the fuck did my knife get in me? How did it get in me?
Why am I facing this way? What is happening?
Forensic opens her up and starts cutting organs out, eating parts of them in the progress. How's he doing
with
that
his
if he has
gas
a mask
mask?
on his head?
I don't know.
The gas mask is a mouth.
Maybe it's like Hierophant Green, and it's actually like you can just take the mask off. You know, like a mask.
No.
Maybe.
What it is like, you know that? So the gas mask has a little air canister inside of it, right? Like you could take those out and replace them.
Yes. Or like
He's
the air
just taking
filters.
that part. Yeah, he's taking off the air filter and then shoving food through the hole.
Just through that little tiny hole.
Yep.
It's just
not really
fucking.
working very well.
It's just fucking like clogging the airway valve. Because those also tend to have a flap. Because it's actually like one hole is for exhale, and then the one with the filter is for inhale. So when you exhale, like the rubber on that one hole, is like done in a way where like that just goes through, and then like inhaling like just sucks it through the through the filter, because that opens up the rubber seal. Just imagine just that getting completely fucking clogged up.
So much. He's just like holding like the organs, trying to get the blood to drip through, but he's just clogging it with body part. Yeah.
Gross.
By this point, Jim turned the TV off and decided to take a break. We really had we really had to. A few hours later, he went back to the video, and we were greeted by more sickening scenes, which I described briefly. To put it in a nutshell, there's cannibalism, necrophilia, gee, thanks for that image, limb dismemberment, and skinning. Yeah. After that, Forensic turns to the camera, smiling, holding a chunk of Miranda's brain. You mean Miranda's stunt double's brain?
I guess.
The episode ends.
Yeah.
That's it. Jim and I can't do any more episodes. From here, they just brain hurt. They just going to get more fucking sickening. I can't do it, and yet I feel something strange. Feel some strange wish to watch the rest. All right, I'm not even drunk and I can't read. We'll watch the rest tomorrow, but after that, I'm destroying the DVD.
How does he know it's going to get worse? It could get better.
He has premonitions.
Because
Appy gets arrested by the cops.
Well, this took a turn. November 4th, 2011. Welcome to the last post of the Happy Season 2 series.
I started Napoleon, a bigger help, which is just great. The last thing we saw yesterday was a snuff film, and the first thing I see today is possibly another. Oh well, it starts out with Happy saying, "Hey kids, last week was fun killing Miranda with my best pal. Hey, come over here." And Forensic walks into view, saying, "Yes, Happy." Happy says, "We've killed women, but we haven't done any children yet." Forensic gasps like a girl and says, "Oh, you're right. Happy, let's kill someone." Oh god, I can't take it anymore. I can't take this story anymore. I want to leave.
For some reason, like, that image was actually just kind of funny to me. He's like, "You're right."
Yes, murder.
You're right.
You could have a sitcom about two fucking serial killers. That could be fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Be about as fun as every sitcom.
Damn. I'm really reminded of like this show. What I think the point is that people need to find like the murderers or whatever, and I think it is two serial killers in a relationship. To the mystery solvers need to find this episode. I remember watching in like a review format, and this dude just got super pissed off because he was mad about the probability of two serial killers getting married.
I mean, considering the fact that there are online cannibalism forums.
Pretty sure there's online forums for everything.
Yeah. If you remember that story of that Canadian dude eating that one guy's penis.
Yeah.
They met on a cannibalism forum. It was literally like one guy who wanted to get eaten and another guy who wanted to eat someone.
I'd rather not think about that, please.
So, yeah.
They find a child skipping some pebbles at a lake. Happy's van comes into view and the kid flings a pebble at it, leaving a mark on the driver's side window. Happy gets mad at the kid, so he shoves him into a burlap sack and gets into this van. Inside, Forensic murders the kid while Happy sits in view. What happened was absolutely horrifying that I can't say what happened in detail. Now the story's boring me.
Kid shouldn't have been throwing rocks at cars.
I'll just say that by the end, the kid only had half of his skin, his skeleton, and chunks of organs left. And, like the Miranda scene, you know why I didn't post what happened? You know I didn't post what happened. And before you say that I should know Forensic's identity by now, I should mention that during his snuff films, he wears a ski mask instead of his gas mask. You should have mentioned that earlier. I'm just picturing a dude with a gas mask taking off his mask and he's just wearing a ski mask under it. Yes, let's say the real murderer pulls off the gas mask. Oh no, another mask!
Off the ski mask, there's another fucking mask under that. But it's like one of those like it's a plastic Halloween mask.
And then
you pull that one off, it's a rubber horse mask.
I was gonna say you pull that one off and then there's no face. There's just a black hole.
Stick your hand into the darkness if you dare. Okay, pull that off. It's the sun.
You immediately die of cancer.
The oldest trick in the book.
Hiding the sun on your face.
I'm a
Wait.
fool! I fell for the classic blunder!
In fact, it's the
Okay.
ski mask Napoleon wears in the CSI style Happy Appy intro.
Who the fuck is Napoleon?
It's his stand. The stand Napoleon wears a mask.
Instead of like aura, he just says we.
We.
Wait, the question becomes, is Napoleon the stand or is Appy the stand?
Napoleon's the stand. It's one of those stupid things where a non-human thing has the stand. Kind of like when a sword had a stand of himself.
Wait, what?
You need to fucking get caught up on that one, Tom.
Yeah, probably.
So there's two
Meaner
different sword stands?
No, it's just one. It's just that Tom hasn't fucking finished, Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
there's-
I'm gonna leave and go finish that real quick. Y'all have fun with the rest of the recording.
Alright, go ahead. I always thought that the stand was somebody's stand that got put into the sword. But,
It just
let's not
seems
get
that it
into,
was
like,
the
JoJo
sword.
logic. That is the last argument I want to have right now. It's JoJo logic.
I outsmarted your outsmarting.
Your next line is...
Your next line is screaming.
Your next line is meaner played.
I was gonna say I still loved like the fucking that one fucking moment in Battle Tendency, but really, really fast. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Zane.
I have, but I forgot about it. But I know
Just
what
the
you're
whole
talking
thing with
about,
car.
so
Yeah,
keep
the whole
going.
moment with cars. Your next line is just rattles off. It also
Yep.
screams. Meaner played. It picks right off after Happy goes bonkers, where Happy is in his van polishing his cleaver and cleaning the body parts of children. Why would you need to clean the body parts?
Well, to make him
He's
look
selling
better
them
for
to
his
China.
collection, of course.
Like, are you
That
planning
too.
on doing Are you planning on like doing a Damien Hirst?
No. So obviously you're not a master of the body part style combat. He's polishing the arms so that they look better and give them a nice gleam, so there's a nice slipperiness to the bludgeon aspect of them. Sadly, humans do not give sharp damage when wielding their body parts as weapons, but they make great bludgeon weapons. But they're also pretty nasty, so you want to clean them up just so you don't get all dirty too. I myself have several strong arms in my inventory.
You also got to make sure to dehydrate them. One, it like staves off how fast they decompose, and two, it also causes them to be a lot less squishy, so that they do more bludgeoning damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I just
see?
use bones. You just clean those up, soak them in bleach for a little bit, then pull them out. They're good to go.
Yes,
And-
but that's less horrific than using an entire goddamn arm.
Yeah. I'm
can
classy.
see the-
Because- No, you see, what you want to do is you also want to do psychological damage.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're
can
going for
do
the
that
more
just by
necrotic build.
talking, so...
Like, if you mass into psych damage, you don't need to kill them. You'll just break their brain and they'll be unable to, like, cope anymore and just kind of sit there in an inert state, silently screaming as they stare into the void. A lot
Yeah,
more satisfying, really.
Lobotomy. You played Lobotomy Corporation or something? Because that's like a main gimmick.
You've played a lot of weird games, haven't you, Zane?
I've
bought a
seen
couple
Art of
weird
the Slime
games.
Girl from Lobotomy Corp, but I haven't played Lobotomy Corp.
I actually bought it during like the Steam Summer Sale a while back, and it's not a game I like to play because I like it when everybody lives. It's almost impossible to let everyone live in that game.
Speaking of not everybody living, I finished The Walking Dead Chapter 2, the Telltale game series, and it was really good.
The corpse of the girl he sliced with the garrote wakes up, and both the girl and Happy scream. Been there.
Ah!
Been there.
It's like, oh, sorry. I thought you were dead. Stab, stab, stab.
Stop moving, stop moving, stop moving!
You're making it worse. Just stop.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep! Appy injects the girl with some of the green fluids he used on the kid in Happy the Doctor and proceeds to mutilate her off screen. Well, that's no fun.
Whoa. God damn it.
After-
I was reminded of stupid. So I watched this
After-
video on YouTube. Sorry, you go ahead, finish. I'll say later.
No, read, say, speak. Thus spake the
Me?
Zane. Yes.
So, some old video I remember watching on YouTube was something, just like a collection of like weird Garry's Mod SFM stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's one where Tails gets like super fat,
I-
and Eggman starts laughing at him because he's super fat, right?
Uh-huh.
But then Eggman turns to Sonic and is just like, Sonic, look, he's fat. And then Sonic's just like, whoa, that one shot looks really, really hot. And then immediately everyone's just like, no! I need to find that real quick.
SFMs are both the worst and best things on the internet.
I really didn't need to be reminded of inflation.
Wow, you're into some weird stuff, Llytic.
I'm not. Believe me. Nope. The internet is a horrific place. It was a mistake.
Well, if it weren't for the internet, we wouldn't be making this wonderful series. You know what? You're right.
You act as if this was a... Yeah, you... After Appy is done, he is heard chopping the girl's head off with the cleaver. Are you just good at identifying that noise? Appy leaves his van with the knife and says, "That was fun. Hey, killing is a fun thing to do. You can do it at home if your mommy and daddy allow you to." If they don't, which will probably happen, you do it anyways because Happy said so. And the credits roll.
Okay. And Happy Appy's Christmas, we see Happy Appy drive to the playground in his van, which is decked out in Christmas lights and decorations. After a minute of waiting, Happy, dressed in a Santa outfit, I did it in my head, leaves the van through the side door and shouts, "Merry Christmas, children!" His voice grabs the attention of nearly every kid on the playground, and they rush over to him asking for presents. Happy panics for a moment and then slowly gives every child a small present. One of the kids opens his present. It is a juice box. Eventually, every present gets opened, and they all turn out to be juice boxes. No, they were actually hand grenades.
God, it's just gonna be like that one thing of, what is it? Punisher versus the Marvel Universe or something like that.
Punisher kills the Marvel Universe?
Something like that. The part where he feeds the Hulk plastic explosives.
Well, that'll do it.
I mean, not anymore, it won't.
Oh, Zane found the video. I'm watching it.
I found it. It's like 3 different shitposts put into one video.
Anyway.
Is it my line?
Yes.
In Happy Appy's Christmas?
Nope.
The one before that?
We see the children. So the one after.
We see the children drink them, except for Danny, who was hiding behind the monkey bars. All of a sudden, we see all the children collapse. When I first saw this, I thought he had done a Jim Jones and put poison in the juice boxes. Happy says, "It looks like my knockout drink worked." Ew. And drags the kids into his van from Danny's point of view. We see Happy Appy drive off while Danny runs after him. Eventually, Happy shouts, "Merry Christmas!" causing Danny to stomp on the ground and scream, "I hate you, Happy." The episode suddenly ends after that.
Yeah, I guess we should have expected Happy Appy to pull a Cosby.
Dun dun.
Happy's house played. We see a nice looking house with Happy Appy standing in front of it. Happy says, "Hey kids, who wants to see my house?" and walks inside. We get a tour of Happy's house. For the first half, it seems like a normal house. Suddenly, Happy says, "Now for the main highlight of the tour. Are you ready to see my basement?" Goes outside and opens the cellar door. We see a dark room Happy flicks on the light switch and we see the basement, full of body parts. I mean, that's kind of just normal, really. On the walls were dry splatters of blood and skins stretched to look like bear rugs. Failing to see the out-of-the-ordinary thing here.
On the various tables were jars of body parts. There was one table covered in a cloth with a humanoid figure under it. Happy says, "Hey kids, do you like my workshop?" And goes to the table. He says, "Well kids, here's my magnum opus under this cloth." He unravels the cloth, and what's under it is a statue of a human made of human parts. It's unfinished, to say the least. Happy has yet to add the organs and the rest of the skin. Happy says, "Hey kids, you should make a statue like mine." And the credits roll. Jim mocked Happy's ideas as he did when we watched Lighter.
Okay.
Are we supposed to remember what happened before? Because I don't.
He's watching it with the man named Jim, who has apparently just been making occasional jokes.
Ah, what character?
Napoleon, the biggest help played. Great, another snuff film, I thought, and seeing the list of episodes, hopefully the last, as I hope this is the last paragraph in the series, but it's not. In this episode, Happy is seen putting organs into a statue. He puts a stomach, heart, and ribs in, but finds out he has no intestines. Happy screams.
Well, he's an apple. Why would he?
Friends come over and Happy says, "Napoleon, could you please find me some intestines, preferably adult ones?" Forensic nods and goes out. We see Forensic go to Danny's house, where he and his father are crying over the death of June. Danny notices Forensic and screams. Danny's dad rushes over, and Danny runs away. Forensic slashes the dad's throat and drags him out the door. Forensic says, "You are very lucky I haven't killed you yet, Danny," and takes Danny's dad to the house.
Daddy's dad.
Yeah, Daddy's dad.
Dad!
Dad! I'm the trash man. I throw garbage.
Man.
I throw dads.
So y'all knew. So do you want me to tell you one of the abilities the guy with the epithet Dad had for that anime campaign episode we did?
Oh,
Sure.
what?
He had the ability to summon barbecues that would summon other dads to show up.
That's
And it
fucking
would heal
amazing.
people as he fed them, Sunday's barbecue, essentially.
That's
Well then.
amazing. You're having a lot of
man.
fun coming up with epithets, aren't you, Zane?
I
Get
really
in the
love
ring
more
and
freeform style of it than, compared to more
Yeah.
rules
stuff.
strictness, yeah.
I'm curious.
Get in the ring and
I'm curious to see how Bradley and Carl are going to interact.
I'm gonna
That'll be
say people
interesting.
think y'all are brothers.
I just sent the link to the website that I used to make Carl's avatar to Llytic, and he used the same one.
You didn't send me the link. You just said, "Yeah, I think it's on this site."
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot the link was really long, and I just told you. Yeah, okay. Not the link, but yeah. You used the site. That was what I was trying to get at.
I see. Hey, both just happen to choose white blonde dudes.
Well, yeah, I was going for the stereotypical, hot douchebag.
Yeah. I'm aware. So that also means that Carl looks like a hot douchebag.
No,
Yes.
he just looks sad.
So he's a sad hot douchebag.
Apparently.
Yeah.
The dad man. Get in the rings and I start throwing dads. Then I start eating the dads.
Oh, no!
Forensic cut open Danny's dad's stomach and mutilates him to no end.
Amazing! Nice job! Perfect cut.
Combo breaker. Happy cheers Forensic on, while Forensic throws Happy Appy body parts like a bear throwing chunks of flesh to her cubs.
Okay.
Moving on.
So he's calling them Forensic, but, Appy called them Napoleon, so Napoleon is Forensic confirmed?
I don't know, and I really don't care.
Does this mean that Happy wants to bone his stand?
I mean, wouldn't you?
Depends.
Aye. After probably one of the less brutal snuff scenes when compared to Miranda and the kid, we see Happy cheerfully place the intestines in the statue when the episode ends. Jim couldn't take this anymore. If we see another snuff film, I'm going to destroy the disc.
Well, aren't you planning to do that anyway?
For real.
We played Danny's love. We see Danny kissing the girl from a few episodes back, and Danny says, "I love you, Jenny." Happy notices Jenny from the bushes. He says, "Hey kids, who wants to see a relationship end?"
Who's
Jenny
filming this?
Jenny goes near the road. She notices that a limo is there, which looks like the one Aphex Road and
Yes,
Happy
Aphex.
Rubears. Oh yeah, that was the thing that happened. Excited
Yeah.
for whatever reason, she knocks on the window. A man in shades who looks a lot like John Wilkinson rolls down the
What?
window. She says, "Hey, mister, you have a nice car." He smiles and says, "Thanks." Suddenly, Happy opens the door and grabs Jenny. We see the limo drive away. Danny sees the limo drive away with Jenny. Danny screams and cries for the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Very
It's
productive.
got some vocal cords. Finally, Happy Fest / Happy Rots in Hell for up.
In Happy Fest, we see Happy discuss plans in the camera. Wait, what? He's in the camera now?
Apparently,
How'd he do that?
he's a ghost in the machine.
Mm.
I don't know.
He says, "Hey, kids, I got an idea that will change the world. I will make everyone happy," and brings out a knife. I knew what he was going to do.
My final message. Goodbye.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
I knew that this was how it would end, children. He was going to carve smiles into people's faces. He got out of his van and said, "Hey kids, who wants to smile even when they're sad?" And all the children, which there were around 5, came running to Happy's van. Happy locks the doors, does a death smile, holds up a knife, and we see outside the van where children are screaming and Happy laughing.
Oh God,
After
he's
that,
got a knife!
What? No, I don't. After that, Happy opens the van door and climbs out. In the background, you can see a kid's body whose mouth was stretched like a Kuchisaki Ona, but in a smile. Happy says, "If you make everyone smile, the entire world will be a better place." And the credits roll. Hey, wouldn't it be more scarring to leave the children alive?
Probably.
Step up your fucking game, Happy. I'm 5 parallel universes ahead of you.
Oh my gosh, have you seen 5-dimensional chess with time travel?
Yeah.
It's a
Finally,
Steam
Happy
game, and the
Rotten
sheer
Hell was up.
concept looks amazing.
I couldn't believe it. It was the end. Well, minus the epilogue. And we couldn't feel any better. This is actually our favorite episode. Just guess why. In Happy Rots in Hell, Happy drives to an old house where Danny is hiding. We see Danny holding a knife while another girl is with him holding keys. And he says, "I hope Happy doesn't come here, Abigail." We see Happy knock down the door with brute force. Abby says, "I'm going to go downstairs and open the door to the basement." And he says, "Okay, Abby, but if Happy hears or sees you, call for me." Abby walks downstairs, trying not to make noise, gets the keys, and tries to unlock the door.
This is a strong apple.
Apparently. I mean, it is a stand... no, it's a stand user, so, I mean...
Yeah, it's a stand user.
Yeah, so
Well,
it makes...
no.
Maybe this
Like,
is
the
the
stand
apple
users
they
don't
used to
tend to be
cooling.
physically strong themselves.
I mean, have you seen Jotaro, though? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but that's
Yeah,
Jotaro.
strong.
That's Jotaro, and he's been shrinking ever since he reached adulthood.
All
Well,
right,
obviously,
so
he's not working out
clearly
anymore.
this is like season 3 JoJo character, though, not anything later.
Hmm.
The jangling of the keys alerts Happy. Who is he, Baldy? He creepily says, "I hear you," before running over to try to kill Abby. She unlocks the door and gets in the room right before Happy could reach her. She locks the door and Happy shouts, "Don't think you can hide forever, Abby," before running. A revving of a chainsaw is heard, and Happy is seen trying to chainsaw down the door. Danny shouts, "Get me instead!" And Happy says, "Oh goody, you're much more important than her." It cuts to a POV shot of Appy trying to slice Danny with a chainsaw.
Oh,
Who
okay.
is filming this?
Hold on, Appy. I gotta shuffle directly in front of your face to record this.
The camera is possessed. That's the only thing I can come up with.
We know it's not forensic filming. We've had him on camera at the same time.
Maybe it's Napoleon filming.
Who the fuck is Napoleon?
Mm. Another person who's not forensic or happy.
Danny runs into the stairwell room. Abby locks the door again, and the two run down the hall as Happy tries to cut through the door. Abby finds out there's a door to the basement, so she tries to unlock it when Happy breaks through the door. He runs towards them, but Abigail unlocks and opens the door, and he slams it into Happy's face. We see the basement, which is a bunch of pipes and a random chest. Danny opens the chest and finds a mimic.
Yeah.
Finds a knife and a revolver with 6 bullets.
Danny tells Abby to get out using some stairs to the side. She does, and Happy breaks through the door. He charges at Danny with a chainsaw, making Danny jump out of the way. Danny fires a revolver once, but misses hitting Happy. The chainsaw gets stuck in the wall, and Happy pulls it out, forcing him back and having him dodge 2 more bullets. Danny fires the rest of the bullets, and one hits Happy. He screams and pushes Danny down. Happy grabs a chainsaw and shouts, "Now I will have my revenge!" Danny rolls out just as Happy forces the chainsaw into the ground.
I mean, I can't blame him for missing. Apples are small targets anyway, and now you had to deal with one that moves.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, it's also an apple built like apparently Cujo, Cujo Jotaro, so you know.
Actually pretty difficult to hit even a human-sized target at a fairly close range. Especially if it's like something like this where you're like trying to get away, so...
He pulls it out and notices that Danny is going after the chest. He charges at him, but Danny grabs the knife and throws it at Happy. Happy dodges it, and the knife hits a gas pipe. Gas sprays everywhere, and Happy rushes to clog up the pipe with a cloth. He stops the leak, but the room is covered in gas. Danny finds a box of matches and lights one. Knocks Happy, causing him to turn around. Horrified, Happy tries to cut Danny in half, but Danny gets out of the way and drops the match on gas. Sir, I don't think you know how gas works.
Technically speaking, it would have caught fire before it hit the gas itself because of the whole volatile fumes, but that's besides the point.
Happy begins to scream as the basement is filled with fire.
Then he gets out of the basement in time, somehow not getting burned. Happy notices that there are some explosive chemicals on the side. He says, "Oh no, this looks like the end for all," before it cuts to the house where it explodes and collapses, due to the foundation being blown up by the explosive chemicals. See a nearby camera pan to the destroyed basement where Happy's melted, crushed body lays. Abby is crying nearby while Danny is trying to comfort her. Suddenly, Forensic grabs both of them and coldly says, "You have killed my creation. Now I will do the same to you."
Oh no, he's a fruitomancer.
Oh no, he's a veggie.
Finally, I played the epilogue.
No.
Yep.
We don't have to. We don't have to read this.
Well,
It
in for a
starts out
penny, in
with-
for a pound.
It starts out with somebody playing Gloomy Sunday by Rezo Ceres. Well, it shows clips from all the episodes in its intro, minus the snuff ones, albeit in black and white. It cuts to a man typing on a typewriter on his desk with a crushed Appy at his side. The paper the man is typing on seems to be about Happy Appy. A subtitle appears that says "Betrayed by an actor." A narrator takes over the scene. What?
What the fuck is going on? Who spiked my drink?
Hmm.
Someone had to.
I'm too far to do that. Unless.
It looks like the evil rampage of Happy Appy has come to a close. Although he has died, his unfortunate impact on the world lives on. The many people who died on that show did it so the sick man who directed the show could see his true vision. A snuff TV show. Where the director is, I have no idea, but I think everybody would like to think that he died in a gruesome way.
But the man turns his face to the camera.
Haha, I'm the director. I murdered those children. You'd think he'd had died, but although Happy is long dead, the director lives on, and somewhere in the world he's making private home movies which continue the horrible story of Happy Appy. But you might be wondering one thing, why did Happy Appy go so bad? We might never know until the director comes out and reveals why he made Happy Appy kill all these people.
We see the director slowly fix Happy's puppet with clay model utensils.
I guess we could say Happy was just, puts on sunglasses, a bad apple.
Yeah!
You.
Somewhere in the world, the director is slowly rebuilding Happy's clay model, damaged in the series finale of Happy Appy. And if the director rebuilds Happy's clay model, who knows who might be killed next? It could be a celebrity's child. It could be the president's child. It could be any child. We can only say two things. The director is alive, and he might be killing someone. I hope someone will kill the director, Frederick Gargote. Oh, that's lovely.
That's a fucking name.
Yep.
Model
Who's
possessed?
filming
What is-
this?
Apparently the director, because his clay model's possessed and is a murderer.
Is he also giving the narration? What is
It cuts to Happy's rebuilt model. The director adds a knife. It cuts to black and a scream is heard.
I hope someone will kill Napoleon.
That'd be nice. And now we knew who Napoleon / Forensic is. He is the director who made this show, Frederick Gargote.
Might be Gorgota. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure a lot of Europeans would be happy if Napoleon was dead. No one's gonna laugh at that? Okay.
I snorted.
I'm
You
sorry.
made me briefly exhale.
It's
As
gonna be a bit before I.
Well then, as the disc ended, Jim said, well, at least that's over, and we know who Forensic is. He gave the disc to me and said, keep this, even though I want this destroyed, keep it so that you can learn more about how these episodes were made. I said, okay. And then threw it away, because fuck this. And I left his house to tell you about the last episodes.
Right. And I remade the episode list. I guessed on where Hospital Doctor was. It's not Happy the Doctor.
Season 1, Happy's Vacation / Hurt Happy. 1, Monkey Bar Mishap, Happy Goes to School. 1, Happy at the Fruit Olympics, Nate Needs Help. 1, Never Run with Knives, Happy Fixes Kids. 1, Happy Fixes Kids, Part 2, Happy Fixes Kids, Part 3. 1, The Towers. 1, Happy the Doctor. 1, Happy in Space, Mean Miranda. 1, Happy Goes to the Circus. 1, Happy's Trick / Hospital Doctor. 1, The Happy Appy Movie.
Season 2. 1, Happy meets the Rue Bears / Camp. 1, Happy in the Oranges / Happy's Van Breaks. 1, Lighter / Happy in the Blackberry. 1, Napoleon the Big Help / Nuxic. 1, Rose of Blood and Bones / Can of the Kill. 1, Jar of Hate / Happy's Rising. 1, Happy kills Benny / Miranda lives. 1, Miranda dies. 1, Napoleon a Bigger Help / Meaner. 1, Happy Appy's Christmas / Happy's House. 1, Happy the Biggest Help. Napoleon the Biggest Help / Danny's Love. 1, Happy Special / Happy Rots in Hell. Epilogue.
November 5th, 2011. I didn't think that revealing a forensics identity was a good idea. When I went to sleep on the 4th, I heard someone open the back door. Since it was probably forensic or one of his friends, I grabbed a gun and went to the kitchen. In front of me was a man in forensics clothes trying to burn my house down again with a lighter. However, unlike normal forensic, he was quite fat, giving me the idea that it was John Wilkinson in disguise.
Oh.
What?
Okay, then.
What is this old, washed-up musician doing in your house?
Before he could turn on the lighter, I shot him in the leg. It should have been a better
You
shot.
shot John Wilkinson!
As he stumbled to the ground screaming in pain, he dropped the non-lit lighter on the ground. He tried to light it up again, but I stepped on his hand with my right foot. With his free hand, he tried to slash my Achilles heel with a knife, but I kicked the knife out of his hand with my left foot. I grabbed the knife and held to his throat. Man proceeded to say, "Do it, you stupid foreigner, in my life, and you'll fear Frederick so much that you'll piss your pants at the thought of him, you sissy."
What?
What?
Where is
Fuck?
this go-
I looked up John Wilkinson. That was the guy that performed with Elvis.
I choked and said, "No, I'll just do this." As soon as
He's
I finished
American.
talking, I grabbed him and threw him headfirst into a metal radiator, knocking him out. After that, I called the police over, and they revealed who tried to burn down my house. It was none other than John Wilkinson. I seriously wonder where Frederick Frederick from Fire Emblem is. He can't have possibly returned to John Wilkinson's summer camp.
Oh, different John Wilkinson. Okay. I guess. What? I couldn't remember who John Wilkinson was, so I looked him up, and it's like, oh, American guitarist, performed with Elvis. Wait, they had that generic schizophrenic guy earlier, right? I don't remember. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. I'm just like,
Okay.
I'm just trying to grasp this story, and it's failing, so words are not happening for me.
November 6th, 2011. I got it. You know the address mentioned in the Can of Kill and possibly the Rose episodes? I think Frederick is hiding out where the address is.
Well, this is a fucking trip.
Now that I may have a possible lead, I'm planning to go to the address soon in the next day or so. I have to go now. My people need me.
I'll play you the song of my people for good luck.
Ba 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 ba. That hurt me.
Why?
It was right in my ears. And it was high pitched.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it's almost like I suffer from overstimulus sometimes. It's almost like I suffer from overstimulus sometimes.
Choo
Just
choo.
one stimuli, not stimulices. Stimulees? Stimuli?
Stimuli is the plural.
Which one's
Stimulus
the non-plural?
is.
Stimulus is singular.
Stimulos?
It's a Greek like it's the Greek like plural thing where it ends with us. So stimulus.
God, you don't
singular.
understand how badly I want to say it, but this is English just right then.
Yeah, and English is a backwards fucking language in which we have the word the plural and singular for moose is moose.
No, it's meese, dude.
Tom, I will fucking strangle you.
Oh, look at all those meese over there.
Now, if you strangle me, I won't have to read this anymore, so...
Oh no, I'll make you finish this first, and then I'll kill you.
Okay.
Well, then we better not finish so he doesn't die.
Yep.
Let's see, I'm planning on going on... I need to find some small weapons to bring, just so that I could run from Frederick and protect myself if he chases after me.
Just bring a car. A car is the best weapon. Just drive it into people. It's multi-purpose.
Carfu. You have to be blasting the initial D soundtrack while you do it, though.
Yep.
Do you like my car? My car.
Gas, 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 and the other mashup that was just so terrible.
No.
Yes, that's the
No.
only way to do it.
Deja vu.
I just been in this
Been
place
seen in this
before,
place
higher on
before.
the street.
November 7th, 2011. Oh shit, oh shit.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Oh jeez, oh shit, oh no.
Ah, fuck.
No, 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 no.
Sorry, this is a Christian server. No swearing allowed.
Fuck.
Ah. Today I found out that Mr. Oscar Matthewson died today. Normally I would post on this blog the deaths of people if they worked on Happy Appy. This man didn't. In fact, he was a big fan of this blog and would ask questions by my email.
What?
I am going to stop Frederick now. I'm horrified that Frederick is starting to kill fans of the blog. He's done with my fans. He'll go for me next, and that isn't going to happen. How does he know who's a fan of the blog? Is he only killing like the people who like comment? Is he gonna kill all the lurkers?
Because in this
It's been shown that he's following the blog.
Yeah, but how's he gonna kill every single person who's looked at the blog?
I don't know. Maybe they haven't been using a VPN.
Is this episode sponsored by ExpressVPN?
Nord, actually.
Ah, NordVPN.
Not really. Express. Anyway.
This episode has been sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. In today's What Are We Reading episode, we actually read the plot of Raid Shadow Legends.
There is
no, it has a story mode. There is a plot.
I remember I downloaded the game just for like shits and giggles, and like the first 5 seconds, somebody gets eaten by a dragon.
Oh. Okay.
That was shown in like every advertisement when it first started out.
Yeah, that too.
Like, don't worry, I've got this. Thump.
I still think one of my favorite things is like I've been sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. One of my favorite features about this is there's an idle mode. You basically just choose champions; they level up automatically. He's basically saying, "I don't have to play the game. It's great."
I mean, a lot of mobile games have that. I mean, it's one of those things where you can't exactly play it at all times. Besides the point.
It's good to use it on those dailies you don't want to do.
Yeah. November 9th, 2011. This post will be the last post to this blog. Even though many questions related to this show remain unanswered, the post will, or might, answer the ones related to Forensic and Frederick.
Yeah, no, funny thing. Jim Sterling was contacted by someone like saying, "Hey, if you mention us, we can sponsor you." And he just posted a whole video where he's just shitting on all of them, and it's glorious.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not exactly someone that you would expect to do sponsors. Hell, he makes fun of that shit.
Yeah, no, he does, but like he really ripped into them, and it was glorious. Like I said,
what is that fake character he has? Like Cucumber Desire or something like that?
I mean, that character did make an appearance, but no, he literally. But this.
Yeah,
one,
I know.
I know.
It was just him, and he was like saying, "Yeah, fuck y'all. I'm not gonna get you to sponsor. Maybe this will show you an answer that I want." It's real funny. First, I must talk about the trip to the address and what happened. Since I live in the suburbs of Aberdeen, Washington, and the address was near Alma, Colorado, I chose to take a car ride, and I took some things with me. First thing I took was a photo of Frederick Gargote for when the forensic I find is actually him. I also took some weapons like the knife and the pistol. After driving for almost 23 hours, I reached Alma, Colorado. The address, which I will not tell for people's safety, was over 5 miles out of Alma. I drove over to the address, and there it was.
I mean, granted, wouldn't anyone who was looking into this show possibly be able to find it just because of those 2 episodes?
Probably.
I learned Nollywood is a thing.
Nollywood?
Nollywood, yes.
I know Bollywood. It's Nollywood.
Nollywood's literally Nigerian version of it.
Ah, got you.
I tried to look up Cucumber Desire because I don't know what hell y'all are talking about.
It's literally like a
Nigerians putting cucumbers on their chest. They're
it's
clothed, but you know, it's just okay, cool.
It's a joke that Jim Sterling has of, like, one of those, like, stereotypical high-energy YouTubers.
Hi, it's me, Cucumber Desire.
Basically.
Okay. Or is it
He
more like,
has
hey,
these
it's me,
big
your
shades.
boy, Cucumber Desire?
Yeah, like that. Like, brightly colored hair, these massive shades under it, like, makeup to have it to where there's just, like, these horrific, like, bags under his eyes.
Alright.
That's glorious.
Occasionally just talking about how much he wants to die.
Alright, I have no idea who Jim Sterling is, but okay. Looking up Jim Sterling shows me Funny Hat Man.
Yeah, that's Jim
He's wearing
Sterling.
2 different pairs of shades on his. Okay, he's already bothering me.
But basically, he does, like, actual, like, journalism concerning, like, the games industry and, like, lambasting them for all the corrupt shit they do.
Does he wear his funny hat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
He literally has a show called The Jimquisition. It's
Yeah.
great.
Alright. Which it was a fancy, is that my line? The one
Yep.
before that. It was a
It was a
fancy
fancy.
abandoned house. What? Sort of like the one in Happy Rots in Hell. In fact, it was the same house, that be it with a spray painted sign that said Happy Happy Fun House.
Really?
How
Wow.
did this man not get caught?
I don't know.
Because reasons.
I don't know why the
Cops.
house was rebuilt though. To make sure Frederick didn't trap the front door, I peeked inside. Sure enough, there was a shotgun trapped using a Winchester. Tom, quick, is a Winchester a shotgun?
Yes, it's a brand
It's a
of
gun company.
ammunition. It's a brand of ammunition and guns.
Okay, so he's hitting it with a Winchester shotgun. Okay, thanks, boss. I tried to sneak into the window, but Frederick locked the window, so I had no choice but to break the window. I climbed in, making sure not to cut myself on any glass. After that, I disarmed the Winchester trap and took the shotgun.
The house was completely abandoned. All the lights were off, save for the room where the window was. I looked for the light switch, but I was distracted by the fact that parts of the floor were wet. This meant one of two things: a water leakage had happened, or there was blood on the floor. I mean, blood would be more that the floor was kind of sticky.
Oh, I wonder what it was.
I ran to the light switch to tried to turn the light on. However, it didn't work, so I headed for the circuit breaker. Sure enough, the circuit breaker only had one switch that was on.
Is this the part where we realize that the main character in this is named Danny? He's like from that final episode.
Yes. I turned on every switch, which made nearly every light on the house turn on. I went back to the staircase room and turned the light back on. As I guessed, there was some blood on the carpet and floor of the staircase room. I said, "Hey, Forensic, I know you're here," and I turned the power on for every room in this house. Now you can't hide in the shadows. There was no response, which I knew was going to happen.
Light switches are a thing, dipshit. Also, you would have been able to smell the blood. This is a troll pasta. Why am I even arguing this?
This is definitely troll pasta at this point.
Oh no, it is. It is very much like the person came out and admitted it.
I shouted, "Hey, Frederick Gorgodi, I know you're forensic," and no response. Since there's no response, I decided to do the better thing and burn the house down again. I explored the house a bit more. From the staircase room, the living room was to the right, while the kitchen was on the left. Since I was closer to the right than on the left, I explored the living room first. It looked like it had been abandoned since the 1950s. The couch was old brown and had various tears in the cushions and seat. The TV was an old analog set that could only display static due to not having a converter box. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. And a frame
Please
on the
don't.
wall had a picture on the weird guy from the towers.
Why was there a framed picture of the guy from the 9/11 episode?
Hmm.
On the front wall, there was a door that was left open. I went through it, and I was in the laundry room. It looked like a regular laundry room at first, with washing machines and laundry baskets. Kind of weird that there would be multiple washing machines, but alright. However, some pieces of clothing in the laundry baskets were stained with blood. That's normal. And over the laundry baskets was a framed photograph of Frederick as Napoleon hanging out with Happy Appy. Pretty sure if you take a picture of yourself with a puppet and frame that on your wall, there's something a bit off about you.
Unless you're the guy who made Elmo. I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, if it was like a really famous puppet. Granted, there's tons of pictures with Jim Henson with the puppets that he helped make. So, pretty sure there is a picture of him with Elmo.
Yeah, see, it's all fine. Who wouldn't want a picture of a puppet apple next to them with heavy implications of snuff and murder?
I
We aren't
wouldn't.
going to talk about my teenage years right now.
Oof.
Other than a door on the right side that leads outside, there was nowhere to go. I went out of the laundry room and into the kitchen, and I wish I hadn't.
The kitchen was just as run down as the living room, but it was probably worse. There were countertops, dishwashers, and an oven which had been rusted up. On them, however, was rotten meat infested with maggots. Ew. The stench was
Yum.
unbearable, so I quickly ran out of the kitchen and into the dining room, not noticing anything else other than the rotten meat. As I entered the dining room, I noticed that there was more maggot-infested rotten meat, so I ran into the next room over, which was the hallway, and looked at what the dining room had in it. There were various chairs, all of which were pulled out. Other than that, it looked like a run-down dining room with rotting meat.
All of a sudden, a snake man teleported in and asked me if I had seen anyone called Edge.
Is that some meat on the table? Can I have that?
I'd like the meat.
Waste not, what not.
Honestly, that whole scene of him just in that city was just...
It was great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still salty that dude said, "Can we have a fight?" He's like, he could just like, "Please hide and leave." So we can't fight right now? No, leave.
He's not the brightest.
Nobody's good in a fight.
Oh, I wasn't even going to continue. It's just, he's not the brightest.
Nope.
I might not be the smartest.
Okay, but what's good about you? What? No, I was just saying that I wasn't the smartest.
Basically.
I believe it's Zane's line.
The hallway's nothing special, to be honest, and led to nowhere. At the end of the hallway near the laundry room, it looked like someone piled up a bunch of wood to block off the entry to the hallway. After dashing through the dining room and the kitchen, avoiding the smell and accidentally knocking a chair over, it was time to go upstairs. It was the only place I could go. As I was walking up, though, I had a feeling that someone was watching me. I turned around, but no one was there. I finally went upstairs and tried to decide where to go, and the left hallway or the right. Suddenly, I heard a alt-familiar voice.
Hey, your ass is Sim. Guess who?
I froze instantly. It was Frederick on the other side of the hallway. I said, "Are you going to run away from me this time?" And he said, "Now why would I do that? You know I'd never run away." And I responded with, "Listen, Frederick, how do you keep coming back?" Or no response from Frederick for a while. And Frederick said, "Well, I have some people who work with me. They do my dirty work and try to kill you." And snapped back with, "But anyway, how did you get here?" And I said, "There was an address listed in 2 episodes of season 2, and I went to whatever was there." Frederick said, "It looks like I shouldn't have put that address in. It would have made the authorities search more fun. For me, that is."
Alright, something's come up. Y'all are gonna have to go on without me for a bit. Alright?
Okay.
I wondered if I could talk like if I could talk Frederick out of killing me. I said, "Listen, Frederick, why do you kill people?" And he replied, "Well, it depends on who I killed. If it was a worker for Appy, it was because I wanted Appy to be more mature, but those damn employees and managers wouldn't let me. Now that they're all dead, I went after your fans, and I'll soon go to you."
All 2 of them.
I was about to say that John Tresty, Jim Forrester, and Tristan Drews were still alive, but I stopped, probably because Frederick already killed them, except for Forrester.
Sorry. All 3 of them. I said...
No, those aren't his fans. Those are the people that worked on the show.
Yeah. I said, "Well, you don't have to kill people just because they ruined your show. Or should I say magnum opus?" Frederick took out his bloodstained scimitar knife and said, "Do not make fun of my show. I bet you don't have the balls to make another comment." "Well, do it." Simon said, "You should have been happy that your show aired and got decent ratings. Look at some of the shows now that only air for a few episodes before being canceled." Frederick put away the knife and said, "You're right. I should have been happy about my show." I was relieved to have finally corrected Frederick.
What?
All is forgiven.
Respect my drink.
That's
But I still love my lifestyle. I love killing people, evading cops, and most of all, stalking you.
unhealthy.
I knew that because Frederick was mentally insane, it would be hard to stop his ways. Frederick, have you ever wanted to be successful? Frederick said, yes, at covering up Happy forever. I don't need your help because I'm doing just fine. I said, no, I mean having a successful life. He shut up before replying with, well, yeah, who wouldn't want one? I cringed before saying, well, because you, to the best, you fucked up your chances of having a successful life.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Not wrong, it's just a very stupid scene.
This is the most
Frederick-
enjoyment I've gotten out of this stupid story.
Frederick was offended. He pulled the knife out again and said in a louder tone, why the hell would you say that?
Sign again, I said, because 1, you killed a lot of people and the cops are looking for you. 2, if you're caught, you're going to jail forever or put on death row. Frederick finally knew that I was trying to tell him that because of his actions, he's never going to have a successful life. He finally broke free of his other personality. He said, oh my God, I can't believe I fucked up my life. I really can't. If only it wasn't for my mental illness. Frederick sat down on the stairs and put his head in his left hand. Listen, Frederick, you don't have a choice. One day you will go to jail and you will die there. He's seen the error of his ways. Success. Go home, everyone. We're done here.
Hi, crew. What are you doing right next to the chair? You're trying to nap. Head the shit out of your neck. Frederick, just go. Frederick said, go. Just go. I don't care about life anymore. I'd rather kill myself than be put in the electric chair or lethal injection. Said, listen, Frederick, you could probably start a new life by changing your identity and moving to South America, but you'll be arrested someday, so it's a checkmate now. What the fuck is going on?
The confrontation with the killer, seeing the error of his ways. I laughed because if I didn't, I would probably give into depression again.
Frederick, finally he said, listen, before I kill myself, I want to show you my true face. I said, sure. And Frederick took off his mask. I saw a rubber horse mask.
Uh-oh.
I saw a skinny, pale face with various scars and hair that was ripped out at random spots. It was none other than Frederick.
No.
Such a reveal.
No shit.
What a twist.
Frederick said,
What a twist.
Well, Chersim, looks like it's time to go. I'm sorry for killing everyone related to Happy. I'm now going to make the survivor's world a lot safer. He got his scimitar knife and jammed it into his throat, effectively killing him. I have felt depressed that I couldn't save Frederick from his mental illness. I checked his body for anything related to him. In his jacket, I found some interesting things. I found a couple of knives with dry blood on them, a folded sheet of paper. Reading it, I found out that 9 people had worked for Frederick. After taking the paper and his gas mask, I left the house and went to my car to go back home. But
why did you take evidence?
But leaving my shotgun, katana, and knife behind.
Weeb. Again, he also referenced Kuchisaka Ana, so weeb. Well, also, I guess why did you kill yourself right in front of what? Well, this is it. I can't believe I have to stop posting on the blog, but I must stop posting on Happy because I pretty much did everything related to the show. I watched seasons 1 and 2, killed the show sensei. You didn't kill the director, he killed himself. You just watched. You fucking voyeur. And even went to the studios where it was filmed. However, that does not mean that the search for answers is over. If you look hard enough, you can find the answers to the unexplained questions that relate to Happy. Now, you may be wondering 2 things. What will I do, and will I regret when I quit posting on Happy?
Well, I will actually open another blog, which will be a short-lived one that talks about White House Screamers. Remember that? Now, what will I regret when I quit posting on this blog? Absolutely nothing. I just want to never see this damn show again. I'm sorry for leaving this blog, but I must part ways for now.
See you soon.
Gerasim Vasily Yakovlev.
Yes, I haven't explained something. How did the episode get on Noggin? You see, not all of them did. Only a select few aired before the show was canceled. Now, how the others came about, I don't know. Maybe Frederick, after Happy Appy was canceled, made new episodes, which were more low budget and gorier.
PPS. Here's a question I'm going to answer. Where's the playground? You see, they did film the playground scenes at a real playground in Colorado. The only scenes they filmed in the studio were any scenes other than in the playground. They had 2 vans for Happy. The first was a miniature and the second was an actual van. After the scene in the Happy Appy movie, they bought a new van. After the part in Happy's Rising with the grenade, a new black one was bought, and that's all I could find out.
Second post here, the contents on the list, as I mentioned. There are 10 names, meaning 4 have either been killed or arrested, 2 have been injured, and 4 have unknown fates.
Should I just read this whole next thing, or do we want to alternate?
Yeah, read it.
Okay. My followers and helpers. John Wilkinson's fate is unknown. Oh no. Blythe Underwood is arrested. Kenny Spooner was killed by Jerison when he blew his head off. Shane Rogerson is dead, possibly cause of death by structural collapse of studio? Willie Batts is injured, had his arm chopped off. Dudley Franken. Nathan Jakeman. He posed as me when I tricked Jerison into thinking I'm a sane employee. He didn't come, however. Fox Garner. Milton Barrett was shot in the stomach while he was with Kenny, but escaped. Mervyn Payton.
We have 2 sections left, so we might as well finish this.
May as well, yeah.
There's no way we're going to be able to do the rest of this in an episode by itself. November 10th, 2011. The man who uploaded the 3 interviews closed his account on YouTube, but he has given me the last interview with Ray Bolia, a.k.a. Danny.
Ray Bolia?
Keep it quick, please. I still have nightmares of what Frederick has done to me.
How are you involved with Happy Appy?
Well, it started in a town called Alma, Colorado. I was living there peacefully until one day when I was kidnapped by Frederick.
How did this happen?
It was 1999. Happy Appy had just been canceled and all the employees were fired. The director, who was charged with a crime, had moved to Alma, where he lived under a new identity.
Well, how'd you get kidnapped?
When I was 7, I was being babysat by my mother's friend. Late in the night, the man kidnapped me without leaving a trace.
Where were you taken?
When I was taken to a house that had the shape of a barn. It had tinted windows, 3 floors, and a cellar. It was also dark blue. There, Frederick filmed more episodes of The Sick Show.
How did you escape Frederick?
After filming Happy Rots in Hell at his house, an anonymous person tipped police saying that the kidnapper of me, Miranda, Abigail, and some other kids was living in the dark blue house outside of town. So the police broke into the house and saved the 4 of us. The blown up house?
Apparently.
Frederick ran away, though, which I find stupid. He needs to be found and killed for what he's done to me. Sorry, I get too carried away.
Last question for now. What happened to Frederick?
He became a creature known as Forensic.
Yes, the creature that's me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
Yes. Beans. Beans.
Beans. July 15th, 2012. As soon as you've seen this post, you're now either asking this or you're about to comment with something like this.
Your next line will be, "Where the hell have you been?"
Your next line is... Well, the easiest answer I could say is that I basically decided to stop caring about Happy Appy. There are 2 reasons why. The first is that some members of Frederick's group, to put it in simple terms, are still seeking revenge. The second is that there's nothing left to say about this show anymore. During the time I was gone, I went back to my family in Perm, Russia, and sometime later this month, my younger brother, Vladimir, is coming over to visit. Just a month ago, I got a job, meaning I have even less time to post. Also, during the time that I was gone, only 1 Happy Appy employee died, which is amazing considering that, at the very least, 5 to 7 employees died a year before I began research in 2011.
Said employee was Joanne Broop, who you may remember is one of the producers during the real Happy Appy movie. She was actually a post-production editor for the show, but she only worked on Happy's Vacation and Nate Needs Help. The interesting thing is how she died. Joanne wasn't killed with a knife or anything Frederick's followers would normally use. She had her head smashed in with a sledgehammer. Thankfully, it looks like Frederick's followers have been slowed down on killing Happy Appy's employees, which is very good. Also, from now on, I'm going to call the people who work with Frederick the followers for consistency reasons.
July 17th, 2012. Well, I guess this is the end of the blog. There isn't much I have to say now besides Happy Appy and Frederick Gargote, and both of those things are dead. Unless something new happens, I'm not going to update this blog any longer. I will still keep it up so everyone can read about what happened.
Which this was, of course, written by Dronian. Is a big old troll. Big old troll. Special thank you to Summer Moon Soldier and Destiny Baird for supporting us on Patreon. If you like what we do, then consider going down to the link in the description, going to our Patreon, all sorts of little benefits for whatever amount you want to donate. Additionally, like if you want to support us without doing any money anything monetary, you can do the usual YouTube bullshit. I mean, it's cliche, but it helps.
Hello?
And Zane popped back in.
Well, we just finished, Zane.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, you're good.